I was complete anti-smoking. Really, I am Eric Piras. I am the founder of Cigraal. I grew up in Bordeaux.
Okay.
In the southwest of France.
We have many things in common. One of them is that we used to be boxers.
Yes, I started 16 years old boxing, and I think it's a very good school in life.
100%.
I had opportunity to come to Hong Kong for the pre-opening and opening of an hotel. It's a 24-hour city.
100%.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
I like the vibes.
There's such a fast-paced energy,
Yes.
unlike anywhere else in the world. No, you can never write Hong Kong off.
Now, over 30 years, I am in this business of cigar. When I opened Bertie in Hong Kong in 2019, March 2019, my concept was to democratize the image and the idea of a cigar. A cigar can be for anyone. Young people, they can find cigar for $20, $15,
Yeah.
and they can have cigar for $1,000 if they
Yeah.
want, depend on their budget,
Yeah.
depend on their time.
But I love that, and as it should be.
This Bertie in Hong Kong was very important for me to expose the brand that we are distributing with Cigraat.
Yeah.
You know, we were the first one to have such large selection of cigars from Nicaragua, Honduras, Dominican Republic. We marketed this brand already 4 or 5 years ago, and we are now in 30 countries.
If you don't mind me asking, I want to talk to the people that are budding entrepreneurs, right? What is your advice about going into business?
My advice to any new entrepreneur is don't fall in sleep. Watch the cash flow.
Yeah.
Cash flow, cash flow, cash flow.
Yeah.
Sales, sales, sales.
There's a direct correlation with my hairstyle or lack thereof and being in business, because it's not easy. So,
This is very important to avoid that.
let me introduce, this is Eric. He is the owner of this fine establishment. This is Angel. And we're going to go for a little walk in the humidor, right?
With pleasure.
Please. Thanks, Angel. So, Bert, you know, I've actually been coming to your establishment for many years, but I live in Singapore. So I've never had the opportunity to meet with him before. So do you want to just do a little bit of a walkthrough?
So, yes, it's a small walking humidor.
Yes.
It's not gigantesque. But here you can find all the best brand from the 5 major terroirs that you can in the cigar world.
Right.
So we have Dominican Republic, Honduras, Nicaragua, Mexico. We even have some Italian, and we have some Chinese cigar. Also.
Really?
So,
Wow.
Nicaragua, Dominican Republic, Honduras, all these major countries. So this is really good. And we have the Cuban part also that we have too.
When were you last in Cuba?
I was there in 2025.
Okay. Oh, you went for the big
Festival,
event?
yes.
Yeah. Was it good?
Yes,
I saw some video footage.
It's always good.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
It's amazing. It's a lot of people.
How do you fly there? What is it? Because when I last went, I went via America when that was allowed,
Yes.
right? About 4 years ago, but now it's not allowed anymore.
No, I did through Madrid,
Okay,
from Spain.
beautiful. And what is the best cigar, apart from your brand, that you have in the shop? What would you say is the
It's
best
difficult to say that.
I know.
This is a hard question,
I know.
sir.
You know, my friend treated me to a Behike 56 the other day, and he ruined me because that when you have that cigar, it changes the game. You know?
Yes?
Yeah, it was beautiful. It was
No,
very lovely.
yes. I think cigar choice is according to your taste.
Yeah.
It's very personal, according to the moment.
Yeah.
When you enjoy a cigar in the morning, in the afternoon, in the night, after dinner, before dinner, it's very important to select your cigar. So, and according to the time you are spending with your cigar in a lounge, or how long would you smoke? So, cigars are excellent. Okay, people who want to shoot for BIK 56, 54, 52.
Yeah.
Okay, it's BIK.
Yeah.
High price.
It's a very special occasion.
It's quite special.
Right.
But you have a lot of excellent cigars, like you have the cigar from Roya de Nicaragua,
Yes.
which are excellent. Ambassador, Le premier, this cigar on the high hand of Roya, ambassador was a brand. The blend was given as a diplomatic gift to the president of USA in the past.
So some deep heritage.
Yes, so this has, you have also Arturo Fuente.
Yes, one of my favorites.
Fuente is one of the best with Opus 6.
Yeah.
Very much in demand in Asia at the moment, everywhere. In Hong Kong, it's moving very well. People love it. You have also Flor de Selva from Honduras, which is a brand made by a woman, Maya Selva.
Oh, really?
And 30 years already in the business and pretty nice. You have some cigar like Villa Zamorano, Eroa, Honduras also, with clay or Eroa, the brand Eroa.
Yeah.
So Nicaragua, you have also some small brand like League of Fat Bastard.
I love the name.
Yeah, the name is fun, and the guy give a percentage to charity for the men.
Yeah.
You know, for the prostate and everything.
Yes.
So he's doing quite a lot of noise. But we have one brand that we cannot forget is very well-known Ashton and La Aroma des Caraïbes, which is the brand from Nicaragua. So all this is quite big. We have Dumbarton also. Here we have some Padron, Liga Privada.
What is the, I always find that there's a romantic connection with the first cigar you ever have. So the first cigar I ever had was a Bolivar. And that's when I fell in love with cigars. I was 27. I remember I had a French client and I said, why don't we have a glass of wine? And he said, do you smoke cigars? I said, I've never had the pleasure. He said, let me introduce you. And what I learned in that moment is having a cigar is a commitment of time.
Yes.
Where you sit down with a dear friend.
Yes.
Or you don't have to have an alcoholic beverage. Everyone just relaxes and it changes the game. And, and you know what's been good for business because people like to engage, they feel more connected to you.
And they feel more relaxed.
Yeah, 100%.
Around a cigar, you feel more relaxed, you talk, it's very important.
There's a sense of occasion, right?
Yes. For me, my first cigar was a Monte Cristo No. 2. Many years ago with my partner on that time in Paris. We had a very good year. So he was smoking cigar. I was a complete non-smoker.
Okay.
I was against smoking.
Yeah.
So
he converted you.
I tasted and I said, oh, nice.
Beautiful.
That was many years ago.
And then that was it.
And since then, I had cigar time to times. And when I started my business, when I started working into the cigar industry, plenty of cigar.
Beautiful. So, Angel, today, can you do me the honor? You choose a cigar for me. So I can smoke with Eric. Eric is my middle name, by the way, as well.
Serious?
It was my grandfather's name. He was Chinese Singaporean. And so you choose for me?
Sure. May I know your preference on cigars?
I think something medium-bodied.
Medium-bodied.
Yeah, because it's in the afternoon. And I'm going to have another cigar afterwards. So something medium to get started.
Sure, no problem. Do you want to start with a New World cigar? Would that be okay for you?
Yeah, whatever you recommend.
Okay. For some medium strength, usually we'll go with Hoya.
Okay.
Since you're going to stay for a little bit longer time, so I will give you something a little bigger inside. You check if it's okay.
Wonderful.
So this one is more like medium, earthy, very foresty. You can smell see if you like it first. If not, I can recommend something else for you.
It's beautiful. Let's go with this.
Yes, this is very nice. Classico. Roya Classico.
Beautiful. Okay. Thank you. Wonderful.
Very
to
good.
Go through.
And for me, I will have one cigar, but it's going to be a Churchill Confidential.
Okay. Yeah, what's wrong with that? That's beautiful. It sounds perfect.
Please.
Thank you. And what I love is some of your signature gifts. I want to buy one of these later, if I may, for my collection.
With pleasure.
But how did you design all of these?
This is a tribute. Totem is the brand. Is a tribute to the Native American.
Yeah.
And
that's why I like that one.
They were in the first one to communicate with the god, with the smoke, the peace pipe.
Peace pipe, yeah.
So I like, since kids, I love the
cowboys,
the
cowboy
and Indians. And so we designed this. The designer is my daughter and my wife.
Okay.
They are in this business of design. So
What is your wife's name?
Agnes.
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 We just met her.
Yes, you
Yes,
just
she's
met
lovely.
her. And she's she's very much working with me on the communication, marketing, and
Beautiful.
PR. So it's a tribute to the Native American.
I love it.
So,
I absolutely love
yes.
that. And you've got some great, what I love is the humidors as well.
yes, it's fun.
You
And
know.
you can pair with the ashtray, the humidor and the ashtray.
Where are the humidors made?
It's made by a French guy at the
Okay.
moment, and they are really nicely done.
Yeah, great craftsmanship.
The craftsman is very well done, and all the finishing is perfect.
Yeah. You know, when we go through to the room, I want you to introduce your collection because I noticed you have an opium pipe and a samurai outfit.
Here I
This-
have an
this
opium
one there,
pipe.
But this one there is an opium pipe. as well?
This is the opium pipe,
it's-
yes.
yeah.
And we have a piece, an
peace
original peace pipe
Really?
from
Okay.
Sioux.
So let's go through and have a little look.
Okay.
Wonderful.
I will take Churchill Confidenciaal. Okay, thank you.
How long have you been here for now?
7 years.
7 years.
This year is 7 years that we open.
Okay.
We open in
Thank you. No.
March, 1st of March
You good, Isaac?
2019.
So just if you can, give us a quick introduction because this is beautiful. I'll step back so Eric can explain.
So this is a samurai uniform. This is Japan, of course, but is from a friend of mine, Brandon, and this cannot be original. So it's a copy of an original.
Yeah. The original ones are phenomenally expensive and they're fragile.
And you cannot go out of the country.
Yeah.
It
Oh, is
belongs
that-
to
yeah, 'cause of the
the
heritage.
Japanese heritage patrimony also. You cannot. So, but this is one of the best, if not the best, replic for
Yeah.
this samurai.
I
And
love
it's
it.
quite impressive.
It's very impressive. It's beautiful. Is it quite heavy?
It is.
Yeah, it looks it.
It is.
It looks
It's
very
not
solid.
plastic.
No.
It's real one.
And then I was telling you, this is an opium pipe.
Yes. This
Yeah,
is
from the old days.
same from my friend Brandon, original opium pipe, Shanghainese,
Yeah.
during when they were having the old time.
Have you seen the movie The Last Emperor?
Yes, yes.
You know, that's what it reminds me of.
Yes.
And there's another movie called, what is it? Once Upon a Time in America.
Yes.
With Robert De Niro.
Yes.
Where he got hooked to opium and he was smoking it, right? But it's beautiful. Okay, so we'll take a
This
seat.
is very nice.
Wonderful. Bonjour, Eric.
Bonjour.
It's very lovely. Thank you for hosting us in your amazing establishment today.
Thank you.
Can you please, for my audience members that may not know you, give a quick introduction if you may to you, and then what I want to do is unravel your fantastic journey and story, please.
Okay. I am Eric Piras. I am the founder of Cigraal, the company who do import, export, and marketing of the cigar in Asia Pacific. And now with my brand Confidential that I created a few years ago, we are going global with Confidential.
Wonderful.
So this is a good progress. We have our brand also Bertie, where we are here today in Hong Kong, which has been awarded in 2024 by Cigar Journal. We have been awarded Best Cigar Lounge in Asia Pacific. And we have, I have also another company, Cigraal in Cambodia, where we have another Bertie in Phnom Penh.
Why did you
capital.
choose Cambodia, just out of curiosity?
Cambodia is one of the latest, not underdeveloped country, but still behind Vietnam, Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, or Taiwan. And the good point there is they encourage to have entrepreneurship, to invest, so you can have there a company 100% owned by yourself.
Okay, that's
So
a big
you-
difference.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This is a big difference. You don't need a local partner.
Yeah.
So, you know, in our business of cigar, you may have some local partner who are quiet on the few years, and after they wake up, and it can be dangerous.
Very true. Well, what I want to do is I want to pack. So firstly, you know, I've been coming to Hong Kong for many years, and I wanted to know which was the best cigar lounge because in Singapore there are a couple of cigar lounges, but then you can't compare. And what's wonderful about your establishment is you can smoke indoors, but my favorite thing is I'll come here in the evening on my own, I'll have a quiet drink and sit on the balcony. And the breeze is beautiful, the temperature is beautiful. Tell us quickly about this collection, because to me, this is a real gentleman's room.
Thank you. This collection came from my friend Brendan Chow, who collected this samurai uniform and all this opium pipe, corn, original basket. And here we have a small humidor for Churchill.
Okay,
So it's antique piece.
beautiful.
So he has quite a good taste, and we
It's stunning.
developed this place together.
Now, where were you born in France? Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Bordeaux,
Okay,
in the southwest of France,
okay.
in a military camp. My father was officer in the army.
Wow. And then tell us the journey. A lot of people may not know this about you. Well, we have many things in common. One of them is that we used to be boxers.
Yes.
Please tell us about your campaign in boxing. You started at 16, same as me.
Yes. So I started very early. I mean, against my mother, who did not want to, like your mother, did not
100%.
want. She never came to see a match.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy. I was doing before. I was doing when I was younger. I was doing football in Bordeaux, Girondins de Bordeaux, and I always liked boxing. So I started 16 years old boxing, and I think it's a very good school in life.
100%.
You are half naked on the ring with all the crowd around, the light on top, and you have to box.
Yeah.
And you have to box. You have to protect yourself and shoot.
Well, think about this. You and I have been in business for a long time. I've run my company for 20 years now. And I think, there's so many parallels between being in the ring, the boxing ring, and the business arena.
And business life, or even life.
Yeah.
Yes.
100%, right?
Yes,
So-
I totally agree.
So I was telling you off camera that I had my first cigar at 27 with a French client of mine. And this is when I fell in love with cigars. I had a Bolivar. When was your first cigar?
Oh yes, I was around 28 in Paris with my partner, who was more into the finance, and we had a great year on that time. And to celebrate, he offered me a Monte Cristo #2,
Beautiful.
classic Monte Cristo 2,
Right.
and it was the first time I was having a cigar, and I very much enjoy. I was complete anti-smoking. Really, I was a bad guy into anti-smoking.
Yeah.
But when I discovered the cigar, I enjoyed the cigar. I never smoked cigarettes. I always had the cigar.
Yeah.
And since then, and it turns that now over 30 years, I am in this business of cigar.
Now,
So
what
it
was
came
your
like
first
this.
career? What did you do before you went into
I
the
was
cigar
in
business?
the hospitality.
Okay.
I had restaurant in France, in Paris.
Yes.
I had 3 restaurants, one with 1-star Michelin, and I
Wow.
had consultancy to open hotel, and with an architect we were opening, developing hotel renovation,
Okay.
and that brings me in Africa, in a lot of other countries.
Mm.
And when I sold out my company, early 90s, I was not married on that time. So I was a bit of the playing around with, traveling and
Yeah.
spending the money, when you are
Enjoying.
young and
Yeah,
you
yeah.
enjoy. And one day I say, okay, wake up.
Yeah.
And I had opportunity to come to Hong Kong for the pre-opening and opening of an hotel.
Wow. What year was this?
That was 93.
Okay, so you've been here throughout everything. 97.
Yes, 97.
Amazing.
Economic crash in 2008.
You've seen it all.
So you see that.
So what was your first foray and entrance into the cigar world? What was your role?
So I had the chance to meet on that time Sir David Tong, the founder of Pacific Cigar. That he was in. I met him in '95, but he started hiring me, and I start working with him in 1986. And I took care of, for Pacific Cigar, the company on that time, I took care of the development in Asia Pacific. It was Indonesia to open a PCC distribution.
Yes.
And Casa del Habano.
Okay.
So in Indonesia, in Jakarta, at the Mandarin Hotel at that time. And Singapore was Pacific Cigar Singapore. I did Thailand with Pacific Cigar Thailand and the Casa del Habano, which is still open near the Bamboo Bar at the Oriental Hotel. Very prestigious.
Yes.
Very nice. And I opened also Casa del Habano in Canada. Because on that time they had a sister company, Havana House,
yes.
exclusive distributor in Canada. And I opened Vancouver, Toronto, and Montreal, Casa del Habano there.
Yeah.
So it was quite exciting.
Of course.
And after the next step, I have been recruited by Altadis.
Okay.
2000, end of 1999, 2000, early 2000. And is where I discovered the New World's cigar and to develop the New World cigar. Because before I was only Habanos,
yes.
Cuban.
Always. Yeah.
It was, early years of the distribution from PCC, the job was easy.
Yeah.
Everyone wanted to have Cohiba.
That was it.
Partagas. So
it was a monopoly on the.
It was it was pretty good sales and traveling, and you did not have also the same restriction that are currently here.
We have now
on the non-smoking.
Yeah.
So it was cigar dinner after cigar dinner.
Yeah.
In a beautiful place, black tie dinner.
Yeah.
Enjoying cigar.
It had that James Bond-esque feel.
Yes, exactly.
Oui.
Was a luxury life.
Yeah. And what was it like with Habanos? Were part of the orientation? Did they bring you around to all the major cigar manufacturing plants and
when I was
yes,
I was going there every year in Cuba, in Habanos, and visiting the plantation, visiting the factories.
Yes.
I participated to the first cigar festival.
Which year was that? Do you remember?
Was I think it was 98.
And now you go back every year?
98 or 90, yeah. 90.
I saw a lot of footage from the 2025 one. I've never been.
Yes.
I've been to Cuba, but it looked amazing. It was
a lot
festival.
of people. It changed from a small event somewhere, medium-sized event. It becomes global.
Yeah.
Over 2,000 people there.
Wow. So it's quite full on.
Yes.
So now what I'm very curious about is, what I love about your business is the ethos, because cigars don't have to be, a very expensive cigar from Cuba, and your ethos is it's for everyday people. So if you don't have a lot of money, you've got enough for a $20 cigar. Tell us about that, because I think that is what differentiates you from all the other cigar lounges.
Exactly. That when I opened Bertie in Hong Kong in 2019, March 2019, my concept was to democratize the image and the idea of a cigar.
Oui.
A cigar can be for anyone who enjoy a smoke, enjoy a good time relaxing into a lounge. And this is very important. You find a lot of new smoker, over 18 years old.
Yes.
New smoker who will had a bad experience because the first time they smoke a very strong cigar. Nobody advised them. They took it, and after they stopped smoking cigar.
Yeah.
So
he had that experience.
Yes, they say no, it's too strong. So here we have a very good team who explain how long are you. They will ask question. How long is it your first cigar? How long are you going to stay in the lounge? And they will select for you according to your taste. If you want something light and sweet, if you want something medium, or if you want, like Angel was doing.
Yes.
Perfect. So we had, that brings us to have young people, people who smoke occasionally, who wants to meet and come to the event. We did a lot of event testing. So they discover, and they can find cigar for $20, $15,
Yeah.
and they can have cigar for $1,000 if they
Yeah.
want, depend on their budget, depend on their time.
But I love that, and as it should be. And also, like anything, as you get older, your palate changes, it develops.
Yes.
You know. In fact, my son's 19 now, and I introduced him to a cigar, and I said, "There's one rule I have for you. If you have a cigar, do it. You can do it on your own, do it in good company, but don't rush it. Enjoy the experience." You know. So I said to you off camera, for me, it's a commitment of time.
Yes.
You have two friends that sit down, just sit back, chill. And as you said, it changes the nature of the conversation. Everyone's a lot more relaxed, right?
It is. I have my son, 20 years old, who enjoys cigar very much. And same, he does not have any a priori. He will enjoy a cigar. He will test new cigar. And that is the crown that we have here. You have people, oh, what do you have new?
Yeah.
And they want to try something new.
I love that.
And this Bertie in Hong Kong was very important for me to expose the brand that we are distributing with Cigraal.
Yeah.
You know, we were the first one to have such large selection of cigars from Nicaragua, Honduras, Dominican Republic. So we can promote the brand of Arturo Fuente, Ashton, Flor de Selva, Roya de Nicaragua, Eroa, Mathilde from another brands for the young people. You know, this is very important to. Tomorrow we are doing an event for El Septimo.
Beautiful.
It's packed. We have over 50 people
Really?
coming in.
Now, I've read that a lot of your events are very successful because you collaborate with other partners, right?
Yes.
Tell us a bit about how that collaboration works.
But we have a lot of different type of events. We do a lot of pairing.
Yeah.
So whiskey pairing.
Yeah.
With one brand, one cigar, or maybe sometimes two. And at the beginning, for the people to discover the cigar from Nicaragua, Honduras, Dominican Republic, we were doing one cigar Habanos, a Cuban, and the same size cigar from Nicaragua or Honduras or Dominican Republic. And the people can taste the difference.
Yeah.
And that was really successful. They love it. And right now, they still love that.
I think it's very powerful, right? And
Yes.
It's because the truth is, most of us won't just have a cigar. We'll enjoy it with an aperitif or something.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about your cigar range.
My cigar range.
Yeah. You brought some cigars into the market.
Yes, we have, as I mentioned, we have brands from Arturo Fuente, which is leader. Everyone loves Arturo Fuente.
In America, I lived there for about 4 years. This was the go-to cigar.
Yes. In Hong Kong, we are running out of Opus 6.
Really?
We are, thank you, José Blanco, who is in charge of Arturo Fuente for the international, good friend of mine. We have quite a good allocation of Opus 6, hopefully, because a lot of people love Opus 6 and they purchase Opus 6, they collect. We have also Ashton. Ashton is very famous also in Asia for over 20 years.
Right.
So people recognize the brand, enjoy the brand. We have Roya de Nicaragua from Nicaragua, which is famous brand also and very good people. We love the cigar. We have Flor de Selva from Honduras and Villa Zamorano, VZ. Two different, Flor de Selva is more high up. Villa Zamorano is more affordable.
Okay.
We also have El Septimo recently. They make a lot of noise with all their event, El Septimo, so from Costa Rica.
Got some marketing happening.
Yes.
If you don't mind me asking, I want to talk to the people that are budding entrepreneurs, right? What is your advice about going into business? Because people romanticize it, but it's not easy. And I've seen a lot of my contemporaries come and go. I've been in business for 20 years. And I always say there's a direct correlation with my hairstyle or lack thereof and being in business, because it's not easy. There's a lot of challenges.
No, it is a big challenge to create your own company.
Right.
I had many years of experience in corporate with Altadis. And I first started my own company when I was 28 years old, so pretty young.
I'm the same. I was 27.
Same.
You and I have a lot in
27.
common.
Yes, we have a lot in common.
Yeah.
So I started in the hotel and hospitality restaurant when I was 28 years old. So, and you learn, but being in a big corporation, and mainly, I like the way the Americans are doing the business.
Yeah.
I learned a lot.
They're very progressive.
Yes.
Yeah.
And very simple. You are in charge. Here, I was the satellite for the company, so I was very much into my own.
Yeah.
And reporting, of course, to headquarters, but it was very challenging. And my advice to any new entrepreneur is don't fall in sleep. Watch the cash flow.
Yeah.
Cash flow, cash flow, cash flow.
Yeah.
Sales, sales, sales.
I love it. Great advice.
That's it. Sales, 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 and cash flow, cash flow. Even now, the company is, we celebrate last year 10 years with Cigraat.
Congratulations.
I'm pleased that we are successful, but cash flow is one of the key, and to have a good team.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of my team.
Yeah.
I travel quite a lot. I have a very good team in my office, finance, and my general manager, Antoine Riberet, who is a young guy, he spent 7 years with me.
Okay.
Just out of his master.
Okay.
He joined the company.
Wonderful.
And he loves it.
Okay.
And he's
passionate.
He's passionate, and he's good. And it's good to have this young blood in your company, because you don't have the same view sometimes, the same perspective.
Yeah.
So it's very important to have the team. And I'm very transparent, and we always work as a team. And this is key.
It's big. You know, in fact, I saw Andy when I came in. He's always looked after me when I come in. You know, he's very kind. And tell me about working with your beautiful wife, because, you know, I've worked with my wife and it had its challenges.
Yes.
It was wonderful. We're still very happily married, but it's a family affair with you guys, right?
My wife has her own company. She's doing digital marketing, and all design and corporate. Am I right? Graphic design.
Okay.
All this, and she works. I am one of her biggest customer.
Okay. I love that.
And she works very much on communication, PR, all marketing behind the Cigraal, behind the brand, the event.
Yeah.
Everything's.
You know, it's interesting because when you talk about cash flow, a lot of people say to me, I for the last 20 years, I only pay myself once a year. And people ask why, and I say, because we're a small company, I don't want to run into a business where after 6 months, I can't pay my staff. And a lot of companies I've seen have closed down because of this. And one thing I learned early on was I don't like leverage. I didn't really want to borrow money. And I bought out my business partner. We're still very good friends, but I never wanted an investor because in my mind, it could be like having another boss. In some ways. It has its challenges. But the one thing I always say is sales and the integrity of what you're selling is very important.
Yes, I totally agree with you. It's very important. It's very important. It's why sales, cash flow, good team with you, and you have sometimes to do some sacrifice.
Yeah,
happens to me.
For sure.
The same. You don't pay yourself. You have your overhead. You have to pay your team.
Yeah.
You have to pay the supplier.
Yeah, and you got to pay everything first.
Yes.
In fact, one of my clients, this is crazy. They would pay me sometimes 6 to 9 months late, and then I would say to them, "Listen, if I had a mortgage with you guys, you'd foreclose if I was 1 day late, you know. But you can't. You get stuck because the dichotomy is I can't sue my client." No. Right? And then the banks take advantage. It was a challenge.
I totally agree. And no debts.
Yeah.
I have 0 debts.
Same.
This is very important to avoid that.
I think you and I I think that old school mentality, it carries a lot of weight because it's real.
Yes.
You know?
It's real life.
Yeah, I think so. And then talk to me about doing business in Asia, in Hong Kong, because I think for me, a lot of people felt they had written Hong Kong off. And I said, no, you can never write Hong Kong off, you know?
Hong Kong is a beautiful place.
It's amazing.
You hear a lot of bad media when they took over in 97 and after when China took over Hong Kong. Okay, don't do politics.
Yeah.
You do business. It's a wonderful place to do business.
Yeah.
Better than a lot of other countries in Europe or maybe sometimes in the States. Hong Kong, you don't do politics. Do your business and enjoy the life. It's a 24-hour city.
100%.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
I like the vibes.
There's such a fast-paced energy,
Yes.
unlike anywhere else in the world.
Yes.
And why I wanted to touch upon this, I always say, you know, opening a business in Hong Kong, Singapore, Dubai, I think these are 3 of the easiest countries in the world.
Yes.
And Hong Kong is very efficient. You know, it gets things done very quickly. So I always say to people, if you want to set up a business in Hong Kong, you should seriously consider it. I would have moved here years ago, but my wife, she's a law professor, and her career is very much committed there. But I love Hong Kong, so I come back very, very often.
That's good.
You know.
Thank you.
So what are you doing now? So one of the last things I wanted to touch upon is you're in great shape. You're still very healthy. How do you keep that balance of stress and physical health?
I do a lot of, I have a PT and I do minimum, when I am in Hong Kong, 3 times a week musculation.
Wow.
I do that and I enjoy Cigar more than once a day. Confidential, my brand.
Yes.
So we market this brand already 4 or 5 years ago and we are now in 30 countries.
Amazing.
So it's amazing. So you have to keep up the energy. I have a team, again, my wife also is very much supportive. So we have to work. And I don't see myself not working.
Yeah.
I will be,
You'll be bored.
I will be bored.
Yeah.
I cannot go to play golf every day. So that I will be bored. So I like the challenge. I like the company. I like your brain is working every day and even in night sometimes.
It keeps you active, right?
And it keeps you active.
And tell us about your new branch in Cambodia, because I haven't been there, but I've seen the pictures. You've taken the DNA of Bertie's Hong Kong and, you know, exported it to there, right?
Yes.
The look and the feel.
Yes.
I love that.
We did, I opened the company Cigraal Cambodia in 2024 and we opened Cigar Lounge, Bertie. Same reason that here in Hong Kong is to promote the brands that we distribute.
Yes.
For the people. And in Cambodia, it is slightly a bit easier than in Hong Kong, which was very much focused Habanos,
Yes.
Cuban. Now it changed. We have major sales in retail with our brand Confidential, Arturo Fuente, all the brands that I distribute. So this is very important. And in Bertie, Phnom Penh, Cambodia, the people are very much willing to try new cigar.
Okay.
To try something different.
Yeah.
And this is encouraging.
You know, it's. I was telling the guys, I turn 50 next September, and I said, in an ideal world in Singapore, I would have someone making cigars at the party and rolling like traditionally, because I've been to a party in Miami and they had that.
Yes.
And I just thought, wow, we can't have it there, right? But you know, I think it's a lost art, right? That it's unfortunately, you know, we're lucky enough but when you see it there and someone rolling it, you know, when I was lucky enough, I went to Cuba for 3 days a few years ago on my own. And I went and I was in Vinales for a whole day. It was beautiful. And then when you see the history of it.
Yes.
And talking of which, you actually do a masterclass where you sit down and you explain to people the process of the cigars.
Yes, we do masterclass from, we start with the history of the cigar. We start, and after the different terroirs, the brands, how a cigar is made, the plantation. A lot of people don't realize that to have a very good cigar is a 3 years time.
Yeah.
From the seed to the cigar is minimum 3 years.
Yeah.
And your tobacco has to age. The fermentation is a key process into the making of a cigar.
Yeah.
The blending, the tasting, the aging, all that is very important.
Right.
So you have over 500 hands making a cigar. So it's all manual, it's artisanal,
Yes.
completely artisanal. And the cigar industry give a lot of job to poor people in all this country in Central America. A lot of part-time, they go for the harvest.
Yes.
And you have thousands and thousands, a lot of women also.
Traditionally, the rollers were all women. They were the best,
Traditionally,
right?
but now it's mixed.
Mixed up.
No segregation.
Equal opportunities.
But still, the women are the best in certain phase of the making,
Right.
like the color of the wrapper when they have to select the color and the size of the wrapper.
Yeah.
It's many women, only women. So that gives a lot of job, a lot of employment to these people. So in all these countries, Honduras, Nicaragua, Dominican Republic, often the guys are not working hard. They get the payroll and they go to the bar.
Yeah,
So,
have a drink.
have a drink. You can see that in certain countries in Asia also.
Yes.
So it's good for the people there.
So let me ask you a few questions, just by the side. So, as being a boxing fan, being an ex-boxer, who are some of the favorite boxers that you looked up to over the years?
I always love Muhammad Ali,
Okay.
Cassius Clay.
Yeah. Amazing.
He was always my idol.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson,
Yeah.
of course,
Yes.
one of the best. But I don't know, of course, after you have Rocky Marciano, all these.
What
big
about that?
guys.
Because we both fought at similar weights. You were super welterweight.
Yes, 63, 65.
63. Yeah. So
Kilos.
I finished at a similar weight. I because as you're growing, you get bigger, right?
Yes.
That's the thing. And trying to lose weight to contain weight it's not always ideal. But I always loved the fabulous four: Leonard, Hagler, Hearns, Duran. These guys, I always love watching them.
Yes. Yes.
Because I related a bit more to them. But my favorite fighter of all time to watch, just in terms of explosiveness, was Mike Tyson.
Mike Tyson is crazy.
Yeah.
The guy can do a KO in less than 1 minute.
Yeah.
I mean, he was amazing.
Absolutely outstanding. So talk to me about some of the future projects that you're working on. You can put a little bit of spotlight on so we can understand what's the future for your business.
But future, this year, I plan to open the US market with Confidential.
Wow.
So it's a big challenge.
I'm
I
sure.
love challenge.
I love it.
I love competition.
I love it.
So we have to go in. We took this decision last year. We said, okay, last year we focused on EU,
Okay.
but so many compliance, so many restrictions in EU.
That's the bit. I think business now has become, it's about policing every business.
It's
crazy.
terrible.
Yeah.
It's really terrible. It's really hard. So we did it. It's quite successful. We have a good market there. So, okay, next step, let's go to the US.
Will you
and
start in
Central America.
Where will you start in the US? A specific place to distribute? Or?
I'm not going to release my country strategy.
Okay, good. No problem.
But I believe that you have, US can be a trap. You can spend too much money and not making, and say, kiss goodbye to the US market.
Yeah.
So I'm focusing into Texas,
Okay.
Florida, and Pennsylvania, which are the three biggest markets.
Really?
And where I have the
Pennsylvania?
connection. Yes.
Wow.
Ashton is based in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
We are distributing Ashton for many years. They have a very big lounge there, and they have sales on catalog and everything. So
Florida, I mean, whenever I go to Miami, every time I go, I feel it's becoming more and more a cigar place.
it is.
Yeah.
Texas also. A lot of people from California move.
Yeah.
Because
They moved to Austin.
they moved
and,
to Austin, Houston, Dallas. So they moved to Texas. So Texas is also a big state for the cigar consumption.
Wonderful. Well, I wish you very good luck, Eric. And
Thank
you know, for camera, we were just saying, so my full name is Paul Eric Quinn, and your full name is?
Is Eric Paul Piras.
Yeah.
It's quite
It's so
a
funny.
coincidence. It's funny.
And I just want to put this on camera. So yesterday I arrived, I was crossing the street, I saw you, we locked eyes, we smiled. I know you didn't know who I was. I knew who you were, but I was rushing for a meeting, and I said to my friend earlier, Gautam, I said, a fisherman always sees another fisherman.
When I saw you, I knocked my head. I thought I knew you. I don't know.
You know,
It's funny. Yeah?
Especially, there's a lot of Asian faces in Hong Kong, but
Yes, it's quite.
I want to thank you and your lovely wife for your hospitality today.
Thank you.
So we have another gentleman coming a little bit later on. He owns his own corporate advisory. He is on the board of directors of Australian Cham and AmCham, a number of different things, but he's also a stand-up comedian in the evenings. His name is Benjamin Quinlan, so he's going to come later. I don't know if he's been here before.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Eric, thank you so much for your hospitality.
Paul,
You're
thank you
most
very
kind.
much.
You're most kind.
It was really nice
Thank you.
meeting you here and having this conversation together.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.